Hello ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? My name's Bilify, and today in the game of slap battles we have this brand new Debug Glove with 52 power, 14 speed, and the ability is Spawn Hitbox. I love the banner of this. You can see that it's a Roblox studio background, and it's got little arrows that are popping up from like the retro windows. That's cool. The glove itself has like the neon lights for like the fingernails with the veins being little string lights. That's cool. I like that. And there's a circuit board on the front. Oh, it says debug. On the fingers it spells out debug. Oh, I recognize it on the back now as well. You can see it's backwards. That's cool. To be able to use this glove, you are going to need to own the out of bounds badge. So the way that you get this brand new glove is you need somebody in the lobby to use the glitch ability on you. While you're in the glitch ability, you need to type in up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. You don't type those words, you just go on your keyboard and you hit WWSSADAD. If you're on mobile, just drag your stick up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. This is actually one of the oldest cheat codes in gaming history.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. What is this cheat for? It's for... Call an ambulance!
Once you arrive in the box, you're going to be presented with a lot of randomness. It does look very weird at the start, but each of them have their own use and purpose. Well, most of them, at least. In this room, we can find that the debug glove is locked behind a keypad. There's a couple puzzles in this room that we will have to solve that will give us numbers so that we can figure it out. Please do note that every server's code is different from one another, so there's not a set code that you could just walk up and enter. There's a couple steps you need to take before you can just enter in a code. The first number of the puzzle is going to be how many ducks are sitting on top of this table. For us, there are 7 ducks. So the first number in the code is 7. For the second number in the code, we're going to go over here to where the gloves are, and we are going to put away all 5 of these admin gloves. I found the Minecraft glove right next to this, so all I had to do was click on it, and it places it back in the basket. I'm not sure if Killerfish is supposed to be this way, but that little stick that was in front, I clicked on that, and that counted for Killerfish. Right next to that, right next to this little spinny thing, we found the extended id. Such a weird word to say. Go over to the corner with the green bricks. This little obby will lead you to the man spider glove that is hanging from the ceiling. Just go ahead and click on that. Next up is the table glove. You have to aim yourself so that you land and hit the wall to collect the table glove. You can't just walk up to it. I don't know if you can bunny hop on other players' heads to get it, but the easiest way is to just walk into this table, and when you fly into it, you collect it just like that. You don't have to click, I don't think. Once you collect all 5 of the gloves, you'll see on the front of the basket, there is a number there. For us, it was 5. So the second number in our code is 5. It will be different for you, most likely. For the third number in the code, we're going to go back over to the obby, and we're going to go to the end because there's actually a hidden maze up here. I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't notice it at first, but when you jump over here, run to the direction of where the buttons are on the wall, and then hug the wall and walk backwards. When you do that, you'll see that you're now in a maze. It's kind of hard to show in video form, but when you're in game, it's a little bit easier to see. Just make sure you turn up your brightness if you're on mobile. But once you reach the end, you'll see a little face, jump over the wall, and the number will be in blue at the bottom. For us, it was 8, so the third number in our code is 8. The fourth number in the code comes from this NPC right here. Just click on the bubble above them, ask them a simple question, be nice about it, and they will tell you the final number. It's that easy. Take all 4 of the numbers that we've just gathered in order, walk over to the keypad, enter them in, hit the green button, and you should get yourself a brand new debug glove. Now let's go ahead and let's test this out. So you slap to spawn the box, okay, and it goes wherever you're aiming. I see. So you slap to spawn it, and then you hold your ability, and then you can just go wherever. Can you fly over the void with this? You can. Interesting. This is a... Oh, it doesn't last too long. So slap to spawn, and then hold E, and then just drag your character wherever you like. So if you have shift lock, it's probably better so you can aim. This is a very intriguing ability, especially when you run over somebody. It doesn't make a sound. It's just like a silent destruction. Oh, you can bridge with this. Oh, so as long as you're quick with it and jump accordingly, it's always where your glove slaps. So just small jumps, but you can bridge anywhere you want. Oh god, it's kind of hard to see over the void though. Look at everybody just floating around right now. You could use this in combat so easily. Fly around, and then when you see somebody and they're not ready for it, drop down on them and smack them. Or to avoid combat like that. You could go all the way to the kill border. Well, I guess it is a new method to get to the Barzil portal. You can just continue to fly around. Like, I could go over here. Wait, I need to stop. I need to respawn it. And I'll respawn it like that. You could fly infinitely with this. This is insane. Just as long as you keep slapping and creating a new one. This goes crazy. No, there is kill barriers around. And if you want, you could just hit this and hit E and throw the block at someone. It will bounce off of them like that. Or you could just continue to speed race with it. Anakin, it's over. I have the high ground. This is how fast you can spawn these boxes. Relatively quick. This thing is actually insane for defense as well. I'm out of there. Surprise! But that, ladies and gentlemen, is this brand new Debug Glove. Quite an interesting glove, I'm not gonna lie to you. It throws me off a little bit because the cube has no sound when it collides with somebody, so it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. A ghost punching you in the face and you flying backwards. But this isn't the only thing that was added into today's update. The Randomizer Game mode has been extended a full week. It is not gone yet because of its popularity, so if you still want this to be a game mode, voice your opinion to the devs. This is a very fun game mode, and I understand why people want to continue to have it. So with Retro's Obby, Alberto the Glitchy Duck has spawned in. What this duck is it's a quality of life change for users who are still trying to get the Retro Glove right now. To activate this, you're going to need to be sent into the Retro Obby just like normal, but you have to get past the first stage. You cannot activate this until you have beaten the first stage here. Climb up the mountain and follow the path that I take. When you reach the back corner over here, you're going to walk under this pass and you're going to see a glitchy duck. Click on this duck and it will activate. Once you've clicked the duck, what that means now is if you are in this obby and you misstep and you fall, you will be able to get back into the obby without needing another user. When you spawn in, look at the sub-island that's next to Castle Island or the Cloud Fort, and you're going to see that there's this little duck that's sitting right there. When you click it, it takes you back to the start of the obby. It doesn't take you back to the start of stage 2, it takes you back to the beginning of it. This is just a quality of life update that helps users get back into the obby without requiring somebody to sit there over and over and over again. The good thing is it stays there permanently in the game that you're in, so if you die again and you walk through the portal, you're gonna see that that duck is still there, so you could die 100 times and that duck will be there in that same server. I'm not 100% sure if you swap servers it will be there. I think you have to get sent first and then click, but once you do it once, you're set for the server for sure. Next up, we have this Boogie Glove, and this has been nerfed pretty hard. The duration of this has been reduced by 5 seconds, the AoE has been reduced by 20%, and now they've also added an 8-second spawn cooldown. With the Bonk Mastery, the ragdoll time now scales with how long you've been midair, capping out at a total of 3 seconds. And it also no longer requires at least one player to be squished for the confetti knockback to work. However, it will only deal 25% of the knockback it would have dealt with a player squished. So the Bonk Mastery definitely got a buff here. With the Grenadier Glove, you can now hit ragdolled players. The hitbox has been increased by 5 studs for grenade and dynamite. The hitbox was increased by 10 studs for shrapnel, but the shrapnel power has been lowered by 10. So this is a very much needed change for this glove. The Wormhole Mastery, they have now overhauled the glove model, and I believe it looks like Portal, something like that, right? Yeah, it definitely has that Portal reference to it. Yeah, that looks so cool. If you have a black and white avatar, this would go so hard with it. For the Defense Mastery, for the quest where it says slap players into the walls of your cube 400 times, they have reduced the distance check by 15 studs. It's not the biggest of nerfs, but it might be something that you would notice if you're trying to go for it. With the Disc Glove, there is now a 6-second spawn cooldown and a 15% disc speed reduction. So the Disc Glove here got quite a nerf. And when we throw these, oh yeah, it might not look like much because it is still quite a fast glove, but it is still pretty fast with how these go. Oof. With the Disarm Glove, if you are slapped while slapping another player, that said player will be disarmed for 75% less time.
Yoink.
Okay, so we slap traded there. We can see he's already got the glove back. Yeah, noticeable difference. With the Engineer Glove, they've brought back the older speed of the slapping turret. With the Knockoff Glove, it's got a new ability for people that have lost their head. If you stand on it for 2 seconds, you can regain it. I'm kind of doubting my ability to stand on my head here, but we'll try. Yep, I got the head right before I was slapped. With the Spectator Glove, they've made it so that you no longer collide with players. And then the last fix for today is with the Siphon Orb. It was kind of bugging out to make it a little bit too hard to collect it, but they say they have fixed that. So if you've been struggling with this, hopefully it's a little bit easier for you now. This right here is a memoriam for the user NuclearWinter. They were a dedicated slapper in this community. They had over 1 million slaps, but unfortunately they did pass away, and Slap Idols decided to give them a memoriam and a place at the end of the obby, or the lobby up here. And I think this is very sweet. So if you want to come pay your respects, go over to default and walk across all the way up the top over here. It's always incredibly tragic when someone so young passes away. So if you knew NuclearWinter, I feel so, I'm so sorry. This is a message from one of the staff members that they wrote. They were always kind, loving, welcoming, and honest. They would dedicate hours and hours into Slap Idols, a community which they loved and felt that they belonged to. They'll always live in our hearts. Shall we never forget. May he rest in peace. You can see that brushed on this nuke is the in memory of NuclearWinter. 2011 to 2025. This monument, this memoriam, will forever be a piece of this lobby sitting up top. Again, my condolences to the family of a nuclear winter. That is just an insanely difficult thing to go through. But ladies and gentlemen, that is everything in today's debug update. Let me know what you thought about this glove. I'm interested to see your thoughts on not only the obtainment process, but the glove ability itself. I love being able to fly around with it. Being able to infinite fly as well is pretty cool. All around, I love this update. 10 out of 10 for me. I love the memorial that was added. I love the glove that was added. The obtainment was a little bit interesting, kind of random, but I did like it. But yeah, I'd love to see your thoughts on this. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that all of you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this, and we shall see you in the next one. Later.